I'm Quay. I'm Jazz. And we're members of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Coming out of high school, it was that transition when I found out I was gonna have my son. I found out that I couldn't go to Cornell. When I got to college, I thought it was gonna be high school times 20. So the parties, that happened. Every weekend, freshman year, still had a 3.5. So I didn't. I lost hope my freshman year. It got progressively worse. It seemed like all the things that were good about fraternity life kind of made us think about it after we really made some decisions. And my relationship with my son suffered. My relationship with my son's mom suffered. Right, and then I never really got to have a relationship with my kid because I actually ended up I had the abortion. And then New Year's Eve came and I was just reevaluating my life and I was like, I do not want to go into 2010 just as vulnerable as I was in 2009 for the same stuff that happened again. And then me and him, we started going to church together. But I had no belief that this was going to change my life. I was just, let me try it because it's the only thing I haven't tried. I tried everything else, so. Right. I met a couple people. I met Angel, I met a guy named Sean, and they sat down and it was weird because all the scriptures and stories that I heard about the Bible growing up, they started to be like real life things that I could actually do. I didn't know what you were doing. You started disappearing on us. Like, yeah, I was in a Bible study. I was like, who Bible studies at 10:30 at night? One of my other frat brothers, the night before he got baptized, he showed me 2 Timothy 3, and the first 6 verses was all me. Like, that's the first time I've ever felt cut by words. And so we sat down and we looked at some scriptures and he fought through. So it was good for me because it was good. Like I felt like God had gave me a friend that I had lost back by bringing him, I guess you could say, from the dead, man.
Hi, I'm Rob Walker, and this is my lovely wife.
I'm Sheila Walker.
Got married really young, so we kind of raised each other, and we've had a great adventure of a life.
I think when we first got married, for the first 3 years before we started having children, we did a lot of fun things.
But everything was an adventure, you know. We were always the youngest ones, and so it took us. Now it's like we're not the youngest ones anymore, typically in a group. So that's been a change. But I think just it changed when we had kids, because when it's just the two of us, we were always together. We could do whatever we want to, and then kids come along. That's a different dynamic, and so we early on developed the conviction that. I developed the conviction I still need to court my wife. It's all fine when you're dating, but then when you get married and you actually live under battle conditions, that, you know, that's when it gets tested.
I think one of the things that we really learned from just the examples of some of the older Christian couples that helped us along the way, and also just from the scriptures, I think we really learned what real forgiveness was.
We don't have all the answers. We don't even know all the questions. I can remember being in a Bible study in Proverbs, and the teacher said, if you didn't have a dad, you could raise yourself with the book of Proverbs, because there's just so much wisdom there. The Bible does say speak the truth in love. And if we don't tell each other what we're thinking or what we're feeling, just nothing good comes from that. We got to be honest. I always believe that if we put Jesus at the center of our life, that it would be good. And and we certainly haven't done it flawlessly. We've had our ups and downs. Right. We've had our bumps. We've had our major bumps. And but God has always seen us through. As I came to believe in God, I said, you know what? If I believe in God and my wife believes in God, that it will work, and it has.
This is forever. It's not something that we can just throw away in a couple of years when we get bored. So
you got bored?
Never, honey.
Okay.
Never.
My name is Christy Ali. I am a case manager. I absolutely love music. Music has helped me get through a lot of situations, a lot of hurts and happiness and everything in between. But I realized I needed Jesus because I had such a wall built up that I didn't want anybody to penetrate, anybody. And once my mom passed, because she was the one that I talked to, she was the one that I told everything to. And when she passed, I just felt like I didn't have anybody. When I got invited to study the Bible, I declined numerous times because I didn't think that I wanted to do that. I equated Jesus and God with rules and things that I just didn't want to be a part of. And as the studies progressed, realizing more about God and how much He loves me, even before making this decision to study the Bible, even before having a relationship with Him, that He still loved me. And I never knew a love like that. Outside of my mom, and with her being gone and figuring out this thing about God and a relationship with Him, it just was amazing to me. She had a chance to see me now. I think the life that I'm living, just being happy, genuinely, not smoking anymore, she would be so ecstatic. The biggest thing that I think about now is I was with my mom as she was dying. And I remember a day by her bedside, and this was at the point where she wasn't too coherent, but she kind of sat up and she whispered to me that she was scared of dying. And I remember in that moment, I just didn't know what to say because I was scared. I didn't know what to say to her. But if I had a chance to go back as a disciple, I would have been able to give her just a comfort and a peace that God has given to me in helping me to deal with this situation. Yeah, I have a great reason to be a disciple.